Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police. That's the, I don't know. That's the lyrics.
Hello, and welcome to the Parking Lot Projectionist podcast. My name is Andrew Cube.
And I am Raymond Cube.
And
the
today,
Cube Bros.
the Cubes-in-law.
Oh.
And today, we just saw Ride Along 2.
Right along to Rise of the Sorority. The Sorority Rising.
Dishi, basara, basara, dish, basara, basara. Oh my
Dude,
gosh!
cut that trailer with that.
Okay, hold the Ride Along 2 podcast for a second. We just got a new treat, the Neighbors 2 trailer. We didn't even know it was Neighbors 2.
Until Seth Rogen showed up.
Yeah, Rogen and Byrnes,
Yeah, Burns, yeah.
as you like to call it. Rose Barnes.
Rose Barnes.
Barnes?
Yeah, she showed up.
Yeah, it just started off as this weird sorority movie, Chloe Moretz and Selena Gomez. And then all of a sudden, the camera just pans around and you see Seth Rogen and Rose Barnes.
Then he like, we gotta call it back up. And out steps Zac Efron with a shotgun. This is a wonderful trailer, y'all. This trailer's awesome. And at the end of the trailer is like Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising.
Oh, somebody's got to do a fan edit of that trailer and put that music in there.
I know someone who can. He is sitting with us today.
Oh, man. The trailer hasn't surprised me in the theater in a long time. They didn't post it online yet, so for some reason.
There it is. There it is.
I got a nice treat. Go see Ride Along 2. You get a nice little treat with the Neighbors 2 trailer. Unless you don't like it.
Sorority Rising. You got to put the subtitle because they don't do that anymore. They don't put the number in the subtitle anymore. And this movie has done it. It is returned to form, sir. It is returned to form. That's going to be the best movie. Calling it right now. When does that come out?
I actually laughed at the preview. I think this is going to be better than the first one.
Even on IMDb, Sorority Rising. Look at this. Oh my God. How pumped is that?
But
they don't give me a release date. Oh, wait. May 20th. Mark the day.
There's got to be some heavy competition. It's May. Some big movie that we have to see instead of Neighbors 2.
I'll look it up real fast. Guess you'll edit this real fast.
Don't worry. It'll be gone. Ooh, Gesundheit.
Thank you. So we got Angry Birds, F that, Maggie's Plan.
Whatever.
What is The Nice Guys? Oh, it's Ryan Guys. So that's what we'll have to go. That's what it's going up against, and we'll have to. No, we're not watching Nice Guys. I'm sorry. It's going to take a back seat. Even though I want to see that. This trailer outdid it.
It's summertime. We got to up our game. See multiple movies.
You're right. That's the week after. That's 27. Alice Through the Looking Glass and X-Men Apocalypse come out on the same day.
Deja vu.
Oh, I mentioned that?
You said the exact
One of
same
them's
thing on
gonna
the
change.
Hateful Eight podcast.
Disney and Fox Marvel. Marvel Studios is owned by Walt Disney. This doesn't make sense. This setup doesn't make sense. Anyways.
We just saw Ride Along 2.
Oh, yeah, we did see Ride Along 2.
Raymond. What is Ride Along 2 about?
Ride Along 2 is a 2016 action comedy about, written by Anonymous. As his wedding day approaches, Ben heads to Miami with his soon-to-be brother-in-law, James, to bring down a drug dealer who's supplying the dealers of Atlanta with product. This movie stars Ice Cube, Kevin Hart, Tika Sumpter. Ooh, shit. That woman. Give her some flowers for sure. A lot of flowers.
We at the PLP.
Dozens of flowers to you, Tika. Oh my God. We got lots of flowers for her. Jeez Louise. Dozens. By the, what's the more than a dozen?
Bushel.
Woo! I like that word, Andrew. She gonna get her a bushel of flowers. Sorry.
I'm gonna leave that whole thing in, and the viewers can decide if they want to keep listening to us.
You guys know me. Anyways.
All right.
Benjamin Bratt. Wait. That's his name? Well, I guess it's racist of me to assume he had more of a Spanish name. Olivia Munn, Ken Jeong, Bruce McGill, Michael Rose, Sherry Shepard, Arturo Del Pedro, and Eric Goins' ass face.
What did I just hear?
Ass face. You remember the character Ass Face?
I know.
There was a character named Ass Face.
Just the way you said that. It was Eric Groins' A-face.
Eric Goins, not Groins, Goins as Ass Face.
Okay.
This movie was directed by Tim Story.
Didn't he do the Fantastic Four movie?
No. Well, I'm gonna tell you. Tim Story did both the original Fantastic Four of 2005 and Rise of the Silver Surfer.
You just said no to me whenever I said that.
You was trying to do I thought you was talking about the other movie. The wrong movie. The dirty movie. The dirty Fantastic Four that came out last year. But yeah, he did the original better versions, and he did Ride Along 1, Think Like a Man, Think Like a Man 2. Damn, this dude got some good movies though. I need him to direct Power Rangers. It's written by Phil Hayes and Matt McFreedy. Goddamn, look at Tika. Shit.
Stop looking at that and let's go.
All right, everybody calm down. All right, movie starts out, opens up. Boom. We in Atlanta. Wait, no, we in Miami first. I lied.
Miami Bay area. It's a nice continental hotel with like a stripper doing a dance.
It's like the future, like Blade Runner, Fifth Element, where they had the billboards where they'd be like dancing on the side. There was a silhouette twerking on the side of the building.
Nice purple woman silhouette.
Stop gyrating like that, Andrew.
I'm just trying to simulate it for our audience.
Y'all should have seen it.
I gotta show the audience
We
what
gotta
it was doing.
videotape this next time. Give you the video behind the scenes footage. Is that a dead body in this bag right here? What is in this body?
I really don't know what's in that body.
Oh shit, in that body. You don't know what's in that body. All right.
Freudian slip. Don't look at that.
There's a body bag right here in front of me. Sorry.
Anyway, Miami Bay, huge continental hotel, and there's a yacht going through the bay. Some dolphins form the word Miami in the water for you, so you know where you are. Yeah. Go onto the boat. Kim Jong is having some sort of erotic webcam session with some person and making her dress like a rat version of Mickey Mouse with a huge booty and slapping her booty.
Having a good time with that. Weird fetishes, man. You gotta be careful. Anyways, the villain, Pope.
The love interest from Miss Congeniality.
That is him.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize that dude.
Yeah.
What else he been in? I'm gonna check it right
Except now he's got an Italian accent and he's talking like that guy from Fantasy Island.
He was in Demolition. He was in Demolition Man. I remember him. Oh shit, man, that was in '93.
Oh, I was talking about Miss Congeniality. He was in Demolition Man.
He's in Demolition Man. I remember him. Yeah, with her. He was her partner, I think, before Stallone got defrosted.
And now he's talking like this. Welcome to my yacht.
So is this guy white or is he really of Hispanic descent? I think, no, he's Peruvian Indian. Okay, never mind. So he can pull it off. All right, it's not racist.
Isn't he talking like Italian or accent?
No, he's supposed to be Spanish.
My bad.
That was racist, Andrew.
Welcome to my yacht. Kim Jong, you looking at nasty stuff again. Very naughty.
Turn that shit off. Give me a encrypted phone so I can call this dude right quick.
Apparently they didn't talk to the Impossible Mission Force. All you have to do is swipe a little thing and your phone's encrypted.
Oh yeah, it's easy. It's that easy.
Go encrypted and he just threw thumbs on both sides and slid them in different directions and it's encrypted now.
He did do that. What the hell was that?
In this universe, in our real life universe, you need Kim Jong to encrypt your phone.
Encrypted his phone. Pope wasn't outside his yacht. There was a party on the yacht. It's like, hey, you accepted my bribe, huh, player? It's like, man, I ain't accept no bribe because I ain't get no money. It's like, oh, you didn't, did you? Is my guy there yet? Generic hitman guy walks in, points his gun at the guy, says, tell him wait. He said, wait, don't shoot me yet, please. I'll take the money. Too late for the money. Put me on speakerphone. Put him on speakerphone.
It's then revealed that we got a low angle shot from the yacht looking up at the Continental Hotel. Turns out that guy who's about to get shot is in the Continental Hotel.
He's
up on the
standing
story.
by the window. Then he's like, oh, now I feel part of this action. Shoot him. And then he shot him. And the guy didn't have no blood. Like the bullets touched the windows and that was it. The guy fell. Because it's not rated R movie.
Kim Jong heard this because he was listening on the phone call because that's a smart thing to do. Kim Jong's freaking out. Ah! And then all of a sudden, Ride Along 2 shows up on the screen with some very fancy blue and orange, like a teal and orange.
At the end of the credits, I saw the orange. I was like, oh my God, the projector's on fire because it was like blinking. But then I noticed, okay, on the left side, it had the blue as well.
Flares.
They did some good credit there. I think it's supposed to be like the blue and red symbolization of the cop lights.
Huh?
But it looked more orange.
Yeah, that was orange.
They strongly considered the title of the movie to be Ride Together.
Knock, knock, you about to get shell shocked.
But they went with the original title, which was a better.
You just put a 2 at the end?
Ride Along 2 instead of Ride Together. That one sucked. I'm glad they went along
How
with
would
Ride
they know
Along
that
2.
it was a sequel to Ride Along 1 if it was Ride Together?
They don't want people to know. Hollywood doesn't like people to know stuff is a sequel.
Mm.
Well, they had the 2, like Two-Lander. They was going to do Together.
But the first one wasn't called Ride Together.
I don't want nobody to know a sequel, except for the people that's doing Neighbors, which is awesome. So we're already rising.
They don't give a fruit,
2.
and it's amazing.
I love it. Chloe Grace Moretz looked like she's doing some inappropriate things in that movie. I knew her since she was a little lad. Now I gotta watch this. She's all grown up. I'm gonna cry.
Okay.
Oh, back to Ride Along 2.
Neighbors 2 is just hijacking our discussion here.
But you got a trailer like that.
That was probably the funniest thing I saw tonight.
Oh, you just fired a nuke at Ride Along 2. Part was I on?
The title came up.
Cut to my Atlanta. Ice Cube's with his new partner. What's his name in the Furious franchise? The Roman with his partner Roman.
Is with Roman.
Tyree Gibson. Roman is like, hey man.
Raymond, what a missed opportunity here, man. Why'd they do this?
Because it was set up Fast Furious style, this whole setup. I thought they'd put like Vin Diesel in the background, some of the other characters.
It's literally the perfect excuse. Use the
This
freaking
is
word
Universal.
literally.
This is Universal, too.
Yeah, Universal Studios. Ride Along 2, Fast and Furious is owned by Universal. Roman, his character is based out in Miami. We learned that in the Too Fast, Too Furious movie. Roman is in Miami. They could have teamed up with him, and this could have been a crossover movie. And then they could have brought the ride-along characters into the Fast and Furious universe.
Apparently, only Marvel and Disney know how to do crossovers. Nobody else knows how to do crossovers with their stuff. It's very upsetting stuff, I know, Andrew, but you got opportunities here.
Instead, he's some guy named Mayfield.
Well, apparently Sony had that one idea that got leaked, 21 Black.
21 Jump Street and Men in Black crossover.
I kind of want to see that.
I don't know.
That one seems far-fetched. But this one is like a cop, Fast and Furious, and ride-along franchises go together.
They would fit.
But they didn't. So anyway, sitting there with his partner Roman about to bust this guy named Troy, the roommate from Sex Education. Was it Sex Ed? With Haley Joel Osment, yeah.
Didn't recognize him.
You didn't recognize it? Oh my God, I recognized it from the
You
trailer.
even pointed at I don't recognize it.
That's the guy. He was had the elephant on his penis and he was flapping it in Haley Joel Osment's face.
What
in
the
in the movie.
What a thing to bring up. You didn't recognize that? The elephant penis?
I didn't recognize the elephant penis.
I remember he was funny.
That was him.
Now he's acting like a villain. Kevin Hart's in a police van. They won't let him come along for the ride.
Kevin Hart's talking like, shut up, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's like,
I'm not sure about this Roman guy, James.
Ain't he an ex-convict? So they go out there to talk to Troy. It's like, you ready to make this deal? Apparently they're switching like a bag or something. He was like, no deal. And he pulled a gun out on Ice Cube. It's like, you sure you want to do that? Kevin Hart was like, oh my God, he got a gun. I gotta go save Ice Cube. Kevin Hart rolls up with a lowrider with hydraulics on it, going up and down, gets out of it, and he's short. That was the joke. Because it was up. It wasn't down.
They didn't frame it well for the joke. It was like a medium close-up. You couldn't even see the ground, so you lost the joke.
For some reason, his voice was high-pitched. I gotta go. I don't see your muscles.
Muscle cars, but you ain't got no muscle.
Showed him his Mai Tai move. See this? I learned this from watching Daredevil on Netflix. His badge fell out.
And then Troy's like, buyer beware. I told you my new compound would take you places. I never say they would be places you wanted to go. Anyway, somebody shoots Roman. Everybody's shooting everybody. They get into a green SUV, start flying off. Kevin Hart, I don't remember what he does. Ice Cube just goes down the staircase, cuts off the van while it's going down this multi-story parking garage. Ice Cube catches up to it, and then he just jumps on the side of it, just like Batman in The Dark Knight at the beginning of The Dark Knight.
He latched onto it without gadgets, by the way. It means Ice Cube's better than Batman.
And then he pulled out his arm, and he starts ripping into the side of the vehicle. I just imagine he ripped the door off at one point.
No, he was hanging on the door.
And they were about to do the same thing that they did to Batman, where they see a column. He's on that side of the vehicle. They try to crush him against a column, but he gets inside of it just in time for the door to hit.
And then
the door breaks off.
You said it, and I was like, please do it. Please do it.
Yeah.
Please do it. I wanted
do it.
Kevin Hart to like jump down, land on top of it,
Crush
it. And that would be the end of the sequence. But they didn't do it.
At least reference it, though. Like, have Kevin Hart, like above
look down,
it.
It was like, I see this on Dark Knight. And then he was like,
I'm gonna crush it like Batman. I'm gonna crush it like Batman. Yeah. And then he hits it. The villain and Ice Cube look up like, what the fruit? And then he rolls off.
Well, I'm making better movies than these people. I don't know.
Just acknowledge the fact that you're ripping off the scene and then play with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Would have been great. Buyer beware. I forgot what Kevin Hart did.
Kevin Hart jumped out in front of it and said, stop! They weren't stopping. And he was like, oh! And he jumped out the way.
I think he was supposed to do the Chris Pratt thing. Stand down. And the car was supposed to stop, but it didn't work.
Oh, okay.
Maybe because it was a vehicle and not an animal.
It wasn't blue.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't a blue van. It was a green one, wasn't it? With like rims on it.
It was an Indominus van. It ate the other van.
Shit.
So Kevin Hart jumps out the way. The villain's very distracted with Ice Cube and Kevin Hart. He doesn't see that there's a barricade coming. Ice Cube jumps out of the passenger seat. Villain's SUV flips over, lands on top of its head on top of another vehicle in the parking lot below. Oh, dang, Ice Cube, you killed him. I didn't kill nobody, Kevin Hart. See? He's fine. I pulled him out of the side. Let's go.
Do, 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 do. They did one of those little numbers. They go to the station, talk to the captain saying the usual. What?
The whole time they were still doing slow-mo credits.
Oh,
Teal
that's right.
and orange
They would
credits.
pause them. They would pause them.
With Aqua, whatever.
Sound of Police credits.
Was it Sound of Police?
If you count Ice Cube and Kevin Hart, they the Sound of Police.
Oh, good.
Tyree got shot. Bringing flowers to the hospital, but he told them don't give him the flowers.
Because they got a little happy face, have a nice day on the top of them.
They didn't even go see him. I thought they was going to go see him, but they didn't. Cut to them being at the captain.
It's deleted scene. It wasn't funny enough, Tyrese. You gotta step your game up in these comedies, Tyrese. You funny in the Fast and Furious films. You want to make it the ride-along crossover universe. You gotta be a little bit funnier.
Do it better, player.
You're on the cutting room floor now?
Shit.
The woman next to me was like, "Ooh, Tyrese is in this movie?"
I heard that. I heard him. Oh, Tyrese. I was like, oh, shit.
He's
Here we go.
He go.
He go.
He's out.
Thank God.
Back at command headquarters.
Captain's as usual. Captain bullshit.
There's a guy at a computer desk
Blah,
who's
blah, blah.
who's trying to hack the thumb drive that they found from Troy.
It looked like that dude from the first Pitch Perfect, the Troublemakers, who was the sidekick of the main villain.
You lost me. But if anybody else recognizes that reference, haha.
From Pitch Perfect, the first one.
No,
Remember that?
that's not gonna help me. It's really not. It's been too long.
It's been too long since you see the first one. Okay.
I trust you though.
Sure, somebody else recognizes that dude. Say it in the comments. Oh, and to Noah, swing away.
This is pretty late.
I'm sorry.
You're really counting on Noah listening to this.
I'm sure he's made it this far.
To our boy Noah, who listens to a lot of these.
Swing away. You told me to enjoy Reservoir Dogs. I haven't watched yet, but I will soon.
This is buried in the middle of a ride-along too.
He's gonna listen to it because he's a #1 fan. And I hope we have other #1 fans out there. You're all #1 in our hearts. Wink with a sparkle in my eye.
Anyway, the sidekick guy from Pitch Perfect 1 is trying to decode a secret USB stick, but it crashed his computer. Yeah, it's like the stick's got acid blood.
Aliens. Yeah. Ice Cube's like, you fucker, shut up. Just shut the hell up.
Up, Ice Cube, that's your one F word. They didn't use their F word. PG-13 movies kind of have a responsibility these days to use their F word responsibly. They can't figure out what to do with that drive. For some reason, they find out that it came from Miami.
Oh, you said the only reason I know it comes from this guy is because he left his tag on it.
They found out it's Kim Jong, and
got this
out of
pride
Miami.
thing where he puts his tag on everything. You can't get in, ha. They was like, all right, we got to go to Miami.
The Chief and Ice Cube belittle Kevin Hart. They say, hey, the grown-ups are talking. No, you can't come. It's like, you know what, Ice Cube? He's your problem. You're the detective now.
Just gonna solo it by myself, Captain. Come on, let me go with you. No, you Kevin Hart. I don't want you to come. Bye. Kevin Hart goes home playing
GTA 6 tries to steal a car from grandma, and she beats him over the head with a bat she pulled out of her butt and shoots him in the head.
Assface joined without him sending the party invite. Maybe he was already at the party.
It's an open world game, sir. He just joined the lobby.
Yeah, he got killed by the old lady in the game, and then he left. Today he went, saw his future wife, Angela. Corey was the wedding planner's name. They was talking about the wedding stuff.
Corey from The View.
I got this, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was like, no, I want to plan everything. I don't like these flowers. She hit him. He went flying up into the fan and fell back. Yeah.
All right.
She uppercutted him into the fan and he fell backwards. He was like, oh, change his clothes, get ready for bed. He's like, the level of disrespect, Angela. James won't take me to Miami. Angela comes out the bathroom. This is why they didn't need an F word. Oh my God. I didn't know what I was watching anymore. What is this pornographic shit on the screen? Angela came out, sexy cop outfit. You try to tell me, Andrew, you wouldn't give this lady flowers? That she didn't deserve flowers? Andrew's drinking his water properly. Like, I'm a gentleman, Raymond. I'm not going to respond to this comment. He's shaking his head no, waving his hand like I'm not responding to this. Anyways, if you watch this movie, don't take little kids to it.
And she's sticking the baton in his face like it's a dick, and he's like, what the frick are you doing?
Don't put that in my face. I'm going to Mirandarize you.
He had to take a crap first, and she made a phone call to Ice Cube. Hey, can you do me one more favor, like in the last movie? Give him another ride-along?
Wanted him out of the way so she can plan a wedding. Ice Cube got the bright idea. Was like, yeah, he'll never make it. Just like the first movie where he'll never make it as a cop.
Yeah.
He'll never make it as a detective.
What's the freaking difference between a cop and a detective in this sense? He was a detective in the first movie, pretty much.
A cop, Andrew.
They were doing pretty much the same thing, chasing leads the whole time.
Every buddy cop movie, they're chasing leads and stuff. Actual detective, you could go out on your own, be like, I found this clue, die. You can shoot the guy without any consequences.
Yeah.
I think that's how it works in the movie universe. Cops have to take people in. Detectives kill people anytime they want to. Not in real life. Movie universes. Apparently, my explanation was not good enough for Andrew. He gets paid more as a detective. Why are you looking? I am trying to tell you. It's like you can't respond to this.
I don't want to respond to this. I don't care.
I was telling you. You asked the question. What's the difference?
I'm not asking it from a literal perspective. There was no difference in the movie.
Whatever. They needed a sequel, Andrew. Shit. That's why. She's like, James, we need a sequel. And Ice Cube was like, sure, we'll take the sequel. Take her to Miami.
Surprises Kevin Hart at his house.
Angela's in the bed, looking fine. Kevin Hart goes downstairs wearing a Japanese robe. What they call it?
I don't care.
Whoa, Andrew doesn't care.
It wasn't funny until he smacked future wife in the face with it.
Well, he smacked Ice Cube first. Ice Cube was like, come on with me. Oh my God, James, thank you so much. Babe, I got 5 days to the wedding, but everything's gonna be all right. Oh my God, I love you. I gotta go pack my bags. And he's, babe, have you seen my gold thong? Oh, it's in your panty drawer, not mine. Ice Cube's got a look of disgust on his face. Cut to them driving to Miami. Ice Cube has his car from the first movie back rebuilt. Kevin Hart's saying, oh, look all these sights. Quick flashes of women in bikinis and people.
There's a guy fighting a Loch Ness monster. There's a giant snake monster, and it had somebody by a foot, and it was throwing him around. And we just cut away from it. Nobody cared. Just a giant tentacle guarding the gates of Moria, throwing somebody around. You got Aragorn and Legolas trying to chop it off to help the guy. Into the mines!
Oh my God. I can't breathe.
Anyway, Kevin Hart's doing his Kevin Hart thing. Me and you, Ice Cube, we're the brothers-in-law. That's what they're gonna call us. Brothers-in-law. It's gonna stick. He says it 2 more times. It's like, you say the 3rd time, I'm gonna fire you from the set of this movie, and they're gonna have to hire a replacement. So he texted to him. Very clever. It's gonna stick. Brothers-in-law. Hey, Universal? That's what we should call the second one. Universal looks at Kevin Hart like, nah, cuz. This is a franchise. We're not chasing the name. Raymond's laughing in his chair.
Forget about it, cuz. We gotta go announce ourselves to the
Miami PD.
Like, yeah, your captain called me, told you it's coming.
Here, if you need to check your email or something, do it at that computer.
Sends a message to the lady. I told you not to put those flowers on there. Olivia Munn pressure points him Kung Fu Panda zone. Picks him up. He's like,
Spinning him around.
Yeah, she spin him around.
The whooshy finger hold, Olivia Munn.
You know this hold. Developed by Master Wushi in the 3rd Dynasty.
All right, you and me could be love interests. I mean, Universal? Yeah, it's in the script.
You both these cold-hearted people, not even gonna get backstory for Ice Cube's character, even though Kevin Hart brings it up. Something happened to you.
Oh, that's a deleted scene. It's like
that's deleted scene?
Tyrese.
Or are you gonna think they're saving that for the 3rd movie?
Will there be a 3rd movie?
Sure they will. Anyways.
Olivia Munn's got a newspaper clipping with the guy who got shot in the hotel room on it. Where should we check first? We know where Kim Jong lives. Well, that's a pretty good place to start. Drive over.
Knock on the door. Police!
He runs out the back door.
It's a foot chase! It's a foot chase!
Kick down the gate to the fence. Instead of just immediately chasing after him, he does this twitchy thing with his hands, flicking them back and forth. It's a foot chase! It's a foot chase! And he's talking to nobody about it.
Well, then he starts running after him.
Yeah. Ice Cube's like, rookie, takes out his copy of the script. Okay, he's gonna be right.
Yeah. He's like, I got the map right here. Kevin Hart's chasing him through these people's house. As Kevin Hart's running through a hallway, a little kid with karate gear on jumps out, punches him in the balls. And
it sounds so much funnier than what...
Is that how they did it in the movie?
Yeah, you make it sound so funny, but it really was.
He's like, he didn't make a noise or nothing.
The movie was over. That was the end of the movie.
He runs by.
There's some nice ladies in bikinis sitting by a pool that he runs by.
Takes one of their drinks out of hand, throws it in his face.
Got to keep hydrated.
Hydration,
funny. Y'all.
What if it was alcohol?
See, that would have been a joke. That would have been a good joke.
That would have been a joke, yeah.
Yeah, it starts stinging his eyes or something.
Yeah. Not water. We sit out in the sun not drinking water.
He jumps over another fence, falling into a chicken coop.
Chickens attack him. Time to die, Kevin Hart.
Ice Cube hits Kim Jong and stops the chase.
He's like, yeah, we friends, y'all. Everybody calm down. Go back to doing what you're doing. He neuralizes the crowd. Ching. Kim Jong-un's like, oh, how you doing this to me? He's like, I'm a cop. Why you running for police? I didn't know you police. What would you do if you saw 2 gentlemen at the door?
Whoa. Blennemans?
Some Blennemans? 2 black guys.
So you ran from us just because we were black.
Look at you, James. You look like that guy from NWA.
You run from you. Listen up, punk. You insult my race one more time. There's going to be wang everywhere.
That's a good joke. They should have used that. Put some Wang everywhere.
They just make this whole movie references to other movies.
That's what it should have been.
It really should.
Much.
They take Wang, handcuff him, put him in the back seat.
They drive and Wang's talking to him about bullshit. Hey, congratulations on the wedding. Wang's like, look.
Like how we're calling him Wang now.
I could decrypt this thing, but my master key is in the safe at this club. So they go to his nightclub. Cuts to be a night. It was daytime when he was talking.
Kevin Hart had a conversation about, man, you're not even going to throw me a bachelor party out here in Miami? To Ice Cube pays off in this scene whenever they're in the club. Kim Jong, my contact's still not here yet. You guys party it up. I'm going to be right back with your drinks. Kevin Hart's like, yeah, man, that sounds great. Ice Cube's like, he's playing you, man. He's just going to walk off and leave us. And then he doesn't walk off and leave him, and they end up having a great time partying. You think I want to be here, Ice Cube? And then all of a sudden, cuts to him, it's my bachelor party, y'all!
It's partying with beautiful ladies, by the way. We need to go to Miami, Andrew. Tear the house down. This movie has told me I need to go to Miami right now. Give flowers out. Ladies and gentlemen.
Audience,
ladies and gentlemen. I love it. I love it.
Audience, do you see what I'm saying now? I wasn't lying on the Star Wars podcast. What do you mean by flowers? And now this man is just blatantly pushing his pedals all over the place.
Yeah, I like that one, Andrew. Pushing my pedals everywhere. Trying to give flowers to these
Where is
beautiful
this
ladies.
stemming from?
Look at that. These some great puns, sir. I'm enjoying it.
Frick.
I'm just trying to give flowers to beautiful ladies. That's all I
Raymond,
wanna do
by
in
any
life.
other name, would be just as thorny.
That's a good pun, too. I like that one.
They're partying it up, Skyping in A-Face
Ass face.
from the GTA 6 video game. What are you doing, man? I'm bringing the rest of the bachelor party here, hey!
Ass face is on the phone screaming, oh my God, bachelor party!
What up? they put him in a chair so he can enjoy the bachelor party with him.
The robot assassin from the beginning of the movie comes in.
Dum 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 dum. Ice Cube is just frustrated with the whole entire situation. When we gonna get what Kim Jong promised us?
He grabbed Kim Jong, shook Kim Jong a while.
And that's what tips off the assassin, not Kevin Hart. Oh man, there was one part Kim Jong and Kevin Hart were both short and lightweight. Two attractive ladies have them on their shoulders, and they were having a Megazord lightsaber fight. Blue fire twice.
Beautiful ladies that deserve flowers was everywhere. That's all I'm saying. Andrew's eyes got big.
Oh, this is a thing, everybody.
It's a thing. We have to give ladies flowers. Assassin comes in, starts shooting. They get behind the counter.
This guy's having no mercy, man.
Firing everywhere. He didn't randomly shoot anybody, though, because it's a PG-13 movie.
Even though Ice Cube used somebody as a shield at one point. He was moving from a table. Get out the way! But he grabbed the guy and threw him in front of him.
See a small child use it as a shield.
I guess it's foreshadowing for later, though.
He got behind the counter with Kevin Hart, Kim Jong, and the beautiful ladies.
He's out, right? Where did you learn to count?
Kevin Hart was like, that's a Carillion blaster. He'll be out soon. It's like, how you know that?
13th. 14th.
He jumps up, but the guy's gone.
He vanished.
He uses smoke powers. He left.
And then they turn back around again, and Kim Jong's gone. What the frick? Wasn't there only one entrance? A huge archway that the villain ran through. How did Kim Jong get away? Was there an employee room? In that case, there's only one way he could have gone. How many doors were in this little alcove? They're in a circular dead-end alcove room with a huge archway and maybe a service door next to the bar.
I don't know, Andrew. He telephased through the walls.
I mean, they act like he did, yeah.
I think that's what happened, but he never used that power
How
ever
did he
again.
get out of there?
Maybe there was a back door we didn't see.
But then he obviously went out the back door and they could have just chased him.
We needed to have the other scene, Andrew. That's why.
Miami PD is on the scene outside. Police cars everywhere.
Olivia Munro's up in her big-ass red truck. I guess she was supposed to be playing a lesbian.
She's tough. Why can't she just be tough? She has to be a lesbian?
She gotta be a lesbian.
You and your gender politics are all over the place right now, sir. Wearing a Nike sports bra.
She was exercising, so she wasn't a lesbian. She was hot.
Kevin Hart's like, at least I'm dressed for business. What are you wearing? You come from a Pilates class?
Her and Ice Cube was communicating through anger. Kevin Hart was like, I can't
Communicating through anger.
I can't deal with this anger. I'm getting out of here. James, I'm driving. No, you out. Give me my keys. Like, what is this? Why your car smell like an explosive? He's like, because that is an explosive.
Why'd your car smell like an
He
explosive?
smelled the explosive. That's what happened, right? Am I lying?
He said it smelled like burnt toast, though, but you were just making a point.
Blew up without him starting the
Ice
engine.
Cube just runs across the street and tackles Olivia Munn over
That was
the
so
dash
weird.
of the car.
Normally, a car bomb, you either open the car door or you would turn the ignition to start it and it would blow up. But neither happened. It just blew up after he pulled Kevin Hart out of the car.
Yeah, was the assassin on the roof? In which case, why did he wait for them to pull Kevin Hart out the car.
Maybe it's a seat pressure sensor. That's stupid.
And once he got off of it, it rigged and blew.
It's supposed to be like Speed, where they have to drive around.
You just can't move your butt off the seat. Police commissioner yells at him, whatever the fruit.
James Gordon comes.
Your Atlanta branch says, come back home. The commissioner walks away, but he's only 2 steps away, and then Ice Cube's like, man, we ain't going back. The commissioner doesn't respond to this anyway.
Yeah, Ice Cube was very angry and yelled at. It's like, we got to find Kim Jong. So they sitting in the police station.
And then Kevin Hart's like, I got this phone of his. It's been going off for hours now. Raymond, they cut it really fast so you didn't notice the stupid logic. But they're like, what's that ringing? Kevin Hart, you got a phone. It's like, no, I don't got a phone. Wait a minute. I do have a phone. Oh, it's that guy's phone. Man, it's been ringing for hours. He didn't know he had a phone.
But it's been ringing for hours. I guess that was supposed to be the joke.
It was supposed to be the joke?
Yeah. Anyways, he looks, it was Tasha calling. See what she got a work number. Apparently she works at a bikini store.
Now this is a nice bikini store, sir.
So they go to this bikini store and they just got women in the walls swimming.
Women in plastic tubes swimming in nice crystal clear water in bikinis.
If I was a cop, I would immediately break the glass and be like, oh my God, I'm here to rescue you because you're slaves inside a building.
What a wrinkly gig to have, man. Always in that water nonstop.
Maybe they take shifts.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the F in that for a second there. Okay, sorry. Come on back, Raymond. I'm sorry.
So go to girl at the counter like, we need to speak.
It was very vibrant, too.
It was very nice.
You had to go up a staircase to get to where they are, and they're above the staircase, these tubes of women swimming around.
Women that deserve flowers.
I'm not touching it anymore. You keep
so
going.
anyways, I go to the girl at the counter like, we need to talk to Tasha. Damn, Tasha looks familiar. Yeah, check the IMDb. It's the nude girl from the beginning of the flight. I also know this because I watch Real Husbands of Hollywood with Kevin Hart as well. It's hilarious.
Okay, honest question. How many times have you watched the beginning of Flight?
Once, but I only know that because they make a big deal about it on the first episode she's in Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Okay.
They're like, it's the new girl from Flight, because they'll show people's names and write something stupid underneath, so they show her name, Nadine Velasquez, and they put nude girl from Flight at the bottom of it.
That's
on that TV show.
That's gotta be rude. Well, she's proud of it, I guess, because she did it.
She is hot damn. Give her some flowers. Anyways.
Ice Cube's trying to get her to give them the phone number to Kim Jong. She doesn't want to fork it over. She was a girlfriend of his. Kevin Hart uses reverse psychology on her, says, I got his phone. And he does this whole entire bit about how you're not even the first on the phone. He says all these women's names and then plays ringtones that are very sexual in nature, like make that booty pop.
It was close to it. I thought it was going to be that, but it's something about booty, 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 booty. And the next one was, let me lick you up and down. It was another girl.
Ice Cube's like, man, he's going to lick her.
That's graphic.
And then here's yours. Oh man, he didn't even give you the good Jurassic Park theme.
He gave you the Spinosaurus.
Jurassic Park 3 reference for your ringtone. That's how much he don't care about you. I think I hear one coming down. So this reverse psychology easily tricks her. She doesn't like the guy anymore, so she gives up his phone number. Kevin Hart calls him. Hi, this is Ben. It's like, give me that. Ice Cube starts intimidating Kim Jong. Show up at this spot at this time. Get back together with us for the rest of this movie. He gives the phone back to Kevin Hart. It's like, hi, this is Ben again. See you later. Ben, you come alone. I don't want to see Ice Cube. So then they go to the beach to meet Kim Jong. Ice Cube sends Kevin Hart by himself with a freaking earpiece in so he can talk to him. Kim Jong proceeds to do Simon Says with Kevin Hart and, hey, pick up this soda, open up your shirt. Oh, wow, you're really chiseled, Kevin Hart. Ooh, look at those abs. All right, I got no wire on me. Is that good? No, you go over this trash can, stick your hand in there, picks up this nasty crumpled paper bag. He takes out the contents of the bag, nacho tray, bunch of nasty hair in it. All right, now eat it.
Everybody in the audience was like, don't eat it.
Ice Cube was like, don't eat it.
Guess what he did, y'all? He ate it. I can't believe you ate that. It's like, stop playing around. Where you at? He tapped on the shoulder. Like, I'm right here. They start driving back to wherever, and all of a sudden, this car behind them comes swerving out. In the background, a car chase sequence ensued.
Apparently, no one told the villains that the car chase scene hadn't started yet. Peeling out around a corner for no reason, just letting them know.
And they were like, we gotta
oh, that
kill
must
this
be a
fool.
bad guy.
So they start driving fast. And he pulls out a gun out the glove, come up, and he's like, what are you about to shoot? Well, you gotta drive or shoot, James. And Ice Cube was like, switch. They switch in the middle of this thing.
Somehow the car kept going.
It went straight, yeah. Ice Cube starts shooting back at the guys. Kevin Hart's driving, and then he activates his black hammer powers, sees everything in the video game world. Now, it would have been okay if they just kept the HUD screen, but then they kept switching it between the live action and the video game version of the sequence, and I didn't like that at all. Threw me out of it. It kept cutting back and forth like so quick, and it was like, okay, now you're just taking me out.
There's cell shading coloring over real footage, making it look like the GTA 6 game he played at the beginning of the movie.
They should have just kept the HUD and just left it live action.
He gets one of them to crash.
Then he looks at Ice Cube, and Ice Cube is cell shaded.
That was amusing.
His body was skinny though, but his head was Ice Cube's big head.
Kevin Hart starts doing turns and he's signaling. He's like, what are you signaling? It's a force of habit. And then he keeps signaling for right turns. And the villains are like, okay, he's gonna turn right. What an idiot. Signaling. It's like, what are you doing? He told you to stop doing that. Trust me, I got a plan. And then eventually he signaled that he's going right. And then he quickly swerved left. Heavy traffic, barely gets through. And then the other vehicle crashes because they trusted him based on his previous signaling.
That's true. And then they go to
a safe house with Olivia Munn already there.
With Olivia Munn. I go to a safe house with Olivia
Which
Munn.
is like somebody's added on patio area. Somebody's garage or something pretty much.
It was her friend, extra guy number one.
And that extra guy comes in and they all pull their guns on him and he pulls their gun on them.
Yeah, she said he was out, but then apparently he wasn't out because he walked in. Pull their guns out. She's like, wait, everybody calm down. They're cops. They put his gun down. Kim Jong-un was screaming while this is happening.
You just said Kim Jong-un.
Oh, sorry. Not that guy. He's screaming, knocks something off a desk. Kevin Hart shoots him. Pow.
Shoots the white partner of Olivia Munn.
He was Spanish.
He was Spanish?
Yeah.
That dude is freaking
white. Played by a Spanish
white.
actor, and he had a Spanish accent, Andrew.
I really don't care what ethnicity you are. That guy was white.
Arturo del Pedro.
He's a white Spanish guy.
He's got the Spanish nose and eyes.
That is a white man. What am I looking at here?
That is a white man.
So now you're going to start calling Jack Black Spanish. Is that what we're going for now?
Oh, because he looks like Jack Black? That's why?
He looks exactly like Jack Black in that picture you just showed me.
What about this one? That's an intimidating Spanish look.
I can see it in that photo.
Okay.
But he also looks a little bit like Orlando Bloom in that photo now. Looks like Will Turner.
That's a white guy or that's a Spanish guy?
He's mixed, I guess. He's kind of pale. Why are we having this discussion? Why is this part of the review?
Because you call this man the wrong ethnicity, and I was
he's
trying
a
to
white.
defend
He's
him.
a white-skinned guy, though. Can't I just call him white because he's white-skinned?
He is a Spanish man.
He's a
Of
white-skinned
Spanish
guy
origin,
with
and if he
Spanish.
hears this, you may offend him. He is a light-skinned Spanish guy. Say that.
Maybe he doesn't have a strong cultural bond with anything, and he
We
prefer
don't
to
know
be
that.
referred to as a white.
We are just going to assume he does.
Maybe he fills out his little job application and he says white.
No, he got to put Hispanic or non-Hispanic on there because they single them people out. That's a shame.
Yeah, what the frick?
As somebody who's been filling those out lately, I look at him, it's like, Hispanic or non-Hispanic? It's like, why you got to know all that?
This guy could pass for white.
He could.
Take that goatee off, especially.
Anyways, this Spanish gentleman.
Oh my goodness.
It's literally Spanish. We've proven it through the power of the internet.
It's so weird because you call black people, you call white people, but then you gotta go into actual backgrounds for other people. It's weird. It's like, yeah, he's Spanish, but he's also white. He's white Spanish. Like, why can't I call him white?
So we just do the generalization of whites from Europe and the generalization of blacks from Africa. But there's also French descendants and Irish descendants, and then Irish have the red hair. Then they had beef with the Irish back in the day, but they just get all that. Spanish people still have a strong day. Because I know this because I used to work with this Spanish guy. Hate him, though. You couldn't call him like Mexican or something. He was Peruvian. You gotta get the right nationality. Otherwise, they'll be upset. Just like with Asians. Just make sure you say Asian. Don't say, hey, look at this Chinese person, but it actually might be Japanese or Korean. They get offended by that shit.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, that's why you gotta just say Asian.
Why can't you just say, hey, look at this guy?
You know what I mean, Andrew? We were talking about the nationality. Why you ask why you have to identify the Spanish people as this?
Hey, we didn't say that Tyrese, Ice Cube, or Kevin Hart were black people in this movie.
Well, Kevin Hart's got black hammer powers, so...
Spoilers, everybody. If you didn't know, our leads in this movie are black. All right. Do we want to move on for this?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I kept trying to remember where we were in the story because you just took me out.
They shot the white Spanish guy.
This poor man, what's his name?
Olivia Munn's partner.
I'm gonna call him by his real name in the movie. He is Alonzo. Alonzo got shot. Kevin Hart shot Alonzo.
Again? What, you mean he's done this before? Yeah, he did this in the first movie, Olivia Munn.
Then he got back and, oh my God, he's a zombie. Headshot.
And he shoots him in the head, and that's the end of Alonzo.
Dies. They kill Alonzo. But then he came back to life.
Olivia Munn's like, hey, the bad guy's having a party at his mansion house. How we want to get in? I know just the thing. And then the editor cuts before he can say the thing because it's fun.
He touched Kevin Hart on the shoulder when he was saying that.
Whoa.
And he rubbed his shoulder a little bit.
He wants the cube.
Yeah. With the Pope's house, Kim Jong-un, the hacker, didn't hack the guy's iPad at the door first. They had to wait to get close. Apparently, he must have had like a device on him, but the movie never told us this, that he had to connect to the guy's Wi-Fi.
Nope.
Andrew's shaking his head no.
No.
And Furiously shaking his head no.
No,
there's no reason for him not to have hacked it before.
Because that's how movies work. You have a tense scene where they distract everybody and be funny.
Without giving an explanation. You should have seen this movie. You should see this dance Andrew did. He did like a cartoonist jolly dance for the people in the movie.
Kevin Hart's wearing a blue suit coat and a multicolored African sash, doing an African accent, punching Ice Cube in the face, and Ice Cube doesn't go along with the act. He just smacks him a couple of times. Oh, you got a fly on your face. Oh, it's a sign of respect. He murders Kevin Hart.
He stabs him. He stabs him a few times. Yeah. So him and Olivia Munn drag him in. He murdered him. He just shanked him a few times.
That would have been so much funnier if the doorman was that stupid and he just kept murdering Kevin Hart.
In front of him.
And then he dragged his body inside.
So he pulled. Pulls him inside.
It's even funnier because Ice Cube has no emotion on his face. He just looks at people like, I don't give a crap.
So then he finally hacks the iPad.
They get into the party, and then Olivia Munn's like, there was a scene in Mordecai where I danced with somebody at one of these parties. I'm going to do that again. So she dances with the villain to distract the villain, because if you don't distract the villain, he'll just show up anywhere that you are.
She goes, uh-oh, 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 uh-oh,
uh-oh, uh-oh. You come like Hammer. Oh, it's McHammer
Big
time.
Hammer video, yeah. If y'all hadn't seen that, you should do that.
Rap about burgers, and I break it down with the McHammer Dan.
So Olivia Munn dances with the villain for a little while. Kevin Hart goes upstairs, falls down, gets eaten by a crocodile almost.
We can't just bust down the door to his room because that's breaking and entering.
He's got alarms set around and all that shit, apparently.
He make his Assassin's Creed joke. CGI alligator happened. He fell off the second story into a CGI alligator garden.
Alligator bit his leg off.
Ice Cube's eating lamb burger appetizers. Basically, the writers just watched first Ace Ventura movie.
Yeah, you can see Kevin Hart in the background doing everything, but every time Ice Cube turns his head to look at the window, he's not there anymore. We cut back to Kevin Hart, and he's climbing in the window, and snatching your people up.
Hey, don't make any noise. And then Kevin Hart immediately knocks over an armor statue. He's like, sir, the alarms are going off in your room. Someone made a noise.
And pulled the sword out. He went up to the computer, stuck the sword into the computer's hard drive, and began hacking it. Kim Jong told him, hey, I hacked this. Why didn't I just use the internet from a safe distance and hack his computer to begin with? Was his computer not connected to the internet? Anyways, his master code was booby symbols on the internet.
Open parentheses, circle, close parentheses, open parentheses, circle, close parentheses.
He's got a space between them, though.
And then the audience laughed at that. And then Kevin Hart, wait, are those boobies? And then the audience stopped laughing because Kevin Hart pointed out the joke.
Oh, God, what happened? Oh, the villain catches him. He knows they're cops, but I didn't understand this scene at all.
He was intimidating them. He knows they're cops. Very rich man. I own all the ports in Miami.
I can end your careers, but he asked them a question. What was the question? It was like something important. It's like, do you know
why were you here?
You know who stole my money? That's all I'm trying to do is get the guy who stole my money. So don't protect him and give me the money back.
Dude, we were just here to see the toilets.
Yeah, I want to go poo on it. Sorry, my nose is itching. He lets them leave?
Yeah, angrily talks to two guards, pointing a silenced pistol at them because the party's still going on.
It's like, don't worry, I'm not gonna kill you.
This is just a prop to intimidate you. Don't screw up like this again. And he walks away, and then the assassin guy from earlier is right next to him, and he whispers to them, I want you to kill them.
But not in my house. I don't want to get nothing on the rugs. They go back, and they have a stakeout because they look for the shipping manifest apparently they got. That's where he's gonna get his drugs and his contraband from. Olivia Munn and Ice Cube sitting in the front, Kevin Hart and Kim Jong sitting in the back. Kim Jong and Kevin Hart having conversations about Star Wars and who Daisy Ridley's real parent is, his high score in Grand Theft Auto 6. What would you rather be, eagle or shark?
Quickly cut. It started skipping the conversations because at the end of the conversations they would just go, hey Ice Cube, hey Olivia Munn, hey Ice Cube, hey Olivia, hey Ice, Olivia, Ice, Olivia, Ice, Olivia, Ice, Olivia, Ice, Olivia. And then Olivia and Ice Cube just turn around and shoot them both.
Then they get out the car and Olivia Munn was like, man, they just wouldn't shut up and they don't know how to breathe. And Ice Cube was like, yeah, 9 words out of 10 come out of his mouth is stupid, but the 10th word is something magically genius. Olivia Munn was like, you should tell him. He was like, no, I don't want to tell him. I think we're supposed to have more scene here to explain our relationship. You know, us two tough people being together at the end of this film.
Yeah, what about your backstory, Ice Cube?
It's like, they all the same. Anyways,
Kevin Hart picks up binoculars in the back seat.
Yeah, they wake up. Hey, the 18-wheeler's coming in. They look and they see one drift off. Check that number. It's not on the manifest. That's it. And they chase it down. They get all the cops to shut down the interstate.
Pull a truck in front of them on a bridge going over a huge body of water in Miami. Open up the back. Ice Cube, for the first time, is really happy in this movie. Hey, Kevin Hart, tell me it's my birthday.
Like, no. It's Christmas? No. Easter? No. Halloween? Mm-mm.
More like Arbor Day.
There's nothing back there. Maybe the truck's made out of cocaine, but it wasn't. So they got yelled at by the captain.
And then all of a sudden,
Pope shows up.
Antonio Pope just comes walking in. He just comes from behind the 18-wheeler. It's like, man, I told you guys, don't mess with me. What are you doing? I'm a very influential man. I've already made calls to the captain.
Ice Cube gets a phone call from the captain from Atlanta. Y'all in trouble. Who looks like he was crying. His eyes were so red and teary. Guess he was that angry. I don't know. That's acting right there.
They all go to a bar afterwards. Olivia Munn's with them. Kevin Hart, Kim Jong. Everybody's all there. Kim Jong goes over to Olivia Munn and is like, not a million years, Jong. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's cool.
One more round for this super team of brother-in-laws.
So they sit there trying to figure out what happened. Eventually they come to the conclusion that he planted the manifest because he knew they would try to steal it.
It was a setup because he knew you were tracking them. You were in his house looking for evidence.
But how did he know to switch the real stuff out on his computer beforehand?
He didn't even have to do anything to the manifest. He just hired one more truck that wasn't on his manifest. He knew that they would follow that one truck.
Oh, okay. That's how it went down.
And then he just telephased right next to the truck to make fun of him. You guys are idiots.
So anyways, in the bar, the press realized that he switched it up and it was going to go after him again. Handcuff Kevin Hart to the bars like, you can't come because you're short.
What was to stop them from doing this the whole movie? Oh, because Kim Jong didn't tell them that Pope was behind it all until halfway through the movie, and they got upset with him. Like, why are you holding back exposition from us? Because then we wouldn't have a movie.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I watched him kill a harbor master and all that.
You could have told us this a couple acts ago, and we could have just gone to the harbor, having a boss fight already, and ended the movie 30 minutes ago. So now that they know that Pope's behind it, they're like, oh, he's getting more shipments in. So we got to go back down to the harbor, check out one of these canisters, and then we got him. Kevin Hart's handcuffed to the bar. Then all of a sudden, you see him outside the white Spanish guy's house. White Spanish guy's like, hey, don't shoot me. It's okay, white Spanish guy.
They just help me with this. And pulls up the railing that was attached to the bar.
Gotta unhandcuff himself.
Olivia Munn and Ice Cube show up, start eating people at the harbor, stabbing them with their hands. Ice Cube is like, I want to try that maneuver. Stabs a guy through the chest with his hand. Like Olivia Munn is like, cool, maybe we should hook up later. No, there's no time for that in this movie. They find the drugs and then Pope telephases again.
He just walks out again. Here I was visiting. They told me there was a beautiful giraffe coming in today. And wouldn't you know?
I think it was a midget giraffe.
A midget giraffe. And I had to see this midget giraffe. And wouldn't you know, I run into you, the protagonist of the movie again. I think that was supposed to be a joke from him, actually, the actual character. This was another setup, I guess. Like, he knew people were going to show up, even though he got them fired.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're surrounded by 2 stories of canisters on either side. Antonio Pope's forces. Kevin Hart shows up with a crane. I got this, James! Tries to knock down one of the huge cargo canisters. Can't knock it down. Hold on, one more time. And for some reason, the villains and the protagonists all wait one more time for him to knock it down all the way. And it's just full of flammable red barrels. Whenever they hit the ground, explode on contact without anything to ignite them.
It's like when you shoot them with bullets.
No, it's not.
I was saying that if you shoot a red barrel with a bullet, it's not going to explode either.
Yeah, because then why wouldn't it explode?
It's not fire. It's just a piece of metal going through another piece of metal.
There's gunpowder in the bullet.
The gunpowder ignites the bullet to fly out. By the time it reaches it, it's not there anymore. There's no fire anymore. The wind has already put that out.
Maybe it wouldn't cause an explosion, but maybe the friction of it going through the metal of the canister could at least start a fire.
I don't know.
It does say flammable. It does not say explodable.
It's true. No, that is a thing. I remember that when I took my test for the firefighter. There is an actual thing for flammable and explodable.
There it is. These were explodable, but they were mislabeled as flammable. And if you drop these canisters from 2 stories, they're going to blow up.
They did a Mythbusters where they shoot at a car's gas tank to see if it'll explode, and it doesn't.
One of my favorite parts of the first movie was Kevin Hart's video game knowledge. They toss a grenade at him, and it's like, you got 3 seconds to toss it back. It's like, what are you talking about? 1, 2, and he tosses it, and he blows him up.
Yeah.
I'm glad they brought that back, I guess, with the GTA sequence during the chase sequence.
It was that, and he knew the type of gun that the guy used.
But I almost wish that he could have done the red barrel thing.
I like that joke, though, whenever he did the gun that he used, and he was like, well, why did it go off when it get through? He's like, because it was made out of something else, not metal. Because I got that pack on my game. If you buy that, ooh, you a beast.
Freaking DLC.
Yeah, the DLC. I like the DLC joke. Anyways, what you were saying?
It would be nice to have a flaming barrel joke. Flaming barrels! You gotta shoot the flaming barrels! That doesn't work! And then he shoots the barrel and it blows up an enemy or something.
Yeah. Well, it fell. It blew up.
The whole thing falls. Somehow divides the heroes from the villains, even though the villains were all around them. It blows up. Villain runs off one way. And Ice Cube anticlimactically runs into the assassin character who was doing all this amazing stuff earlier in the movie, and he just shoots him. It's like, oh, okay. No mini boss battle or anything with the assassin?
No, bruh, no.
The other villains, I don't know where they went. They just decided to go home. And then Antonio Pope just gets behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler and just starts driving off.
Grabs Kim Jong as his hostage. Instead of shooting him, you're already caught. You might as well shoot him.
Judo chops him so he's quiet.
Kevin Hart pushes a container in front of him, even though he was going straight and there was a road in front of him. But when he pushes the container in front of him, he hits the container and then he ends up at a dead end spot and almost goes off a ledge.
Yeah, he was in a Caterpillar lift machine and he outran an 18-wheeler briefly with enough time and force to turn and knock a thing off the shelf.
But he used his video game powers to switch dimensions, moves the barrel out the way with the 18-wheeler, but he ends up at a dead end off the dock. Before, when he was driving, it was just an open road. He was supposed to hit the barrel and keep going through this open road.
No, the villain's plan was to drive that 18-wheeler off the dock, apparently.
Okay.
So they had to stop him before he did that. Maybe he was trying to get rid of the evidence, so he was going to drive it off the dock.
But there were other containers, trucks.
I don't know.
Maybe they all blew up from the gas. We didn't see that part either.
Chris Farley didn't show up.
What? He killed her sister.
Why? Beverly Hills Ninja shows up.
Yeah, it saves the day.
Yeah.
But anyways, the villain gets out. They try to go up to the find a villain. Ice Cube and Olivia Munn, he's not in there.
Kim Jong's in there by himself in the 18-wheeler.
The villain comes around. He's like, 20 y'all wants to die first. How about you, Ice Cube?
He teleported to the back of the 18-wheeler.
Yeah, he did telephase again.
He went out the passenger side over Kim Jong and then closed the door again? Is that how he did
They
it?
didn't hear that. They didn't hear the door close.
They walked around the back?
It must have happened.
Okay.
So shoots at him, and Kevin Hart telephases in front of the bullets and takes him.
He just jumped out from between 18-wheeler container and the cargo.
I don't know where he came from. Saved Ice Cube. He's like, I just saved your life, James. He's like, you wearing a vest. What's his name? Gets back up, even though Olivia Munn and Ice Cube both shot him already.
Yeah, they loaded that guy with bullets.
Pope got up again and started shooting again, and Ice Cube used Kevin Hart as a shield. And then they shot him again and killed him.
James!
He's like, sir! I'm sorry.
Okay, you might have saved my life that time.
So they go back to the station. They talk to Olivia Munn. Kevin Hart's like, you should make her your +1.
At the wedding. By the way, there was a whole entire wedding subplot where Corey and Angela kept calling Kevin Hart about the wedding. It's like, you better make it back on time.
He was like, we gonna make it if we fly. Olivia Munn was like, no, I got this.
A yellow sports car of some sort.
And they get in the Tumbler and drive off.
But they needed to fly. And they just gave him a fast car.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't make it.
Anyways, they made it to the wedding on time. They telephased. The car was a telephaser.
Yeah.
Telephased to the wedding.
Nice outdoor wedding outside of a huge retreat mansion on a lake.
Yolanda Adams married him. Yolanda Adams, a gospel singer, she married him.
Oh, I didn't recognize it. I thought it might have been somebody famous.
That's who it was, Yolanda Adams.
I now pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. Blackhammer. They took the username as their real names now, legally.
And they're getting on a boat to drive off. But before that, Ice Cube has to give a toast.
Wait. This is one of the funnier things in the whole entire movie. Was that Kim Jong comes out of nowhere, puts his arm around Kevin Hart, completely wasted, drunk. Hey, man, how's it going, man? It's like, great wedding. And then Kevin Hart's like, I didn't even invite you to this wedding. What are you doing here?
He's like, my condolences.
Happy Kwanzaa, my condolences on your loss.
Yeah.
What the frick? He showed up for no reason. He lives in Miami. And all of a sudden, he's just here at this wedding, completely wasted. I didn't even invite you. What are you doing in the scene? Kevin Hart and Angela, his new bride, are near a boat at a dock.
Asks Ice Cube to give a toast. He's like, bye. Like, goodbye. It's
Say
like,
something
fine,
nice.
I'll give a toast.
Say something
and he says something sentimental towards Kevin Hart's character, and Kevin Hart was like, I'm not going to do it. You're not going to make me do it.
Don't do this to me, James. Not here. Not now.
So he starts crying like a bitch. And they getting on a boat.
It's like, I want your black hammer, Kevin Hart.
He was like, yeah, you gonna get it. And Ice Cube and Olivia Munn look at each other and was like, are we supposed to do something else?
Why don't they make a fun, like, Thor joke? Whatever woman, whosoever she be worthy, will possess the power of the black hammer.
They're not smart enough.
Raymond's smacking himself in the head with his chapstick, if you're listening.
They're not smart enough for that, yo. They're not smart enough for that. What happens next?
They go riding off in the boat. Kevin Hart has his foot caught on a rope that he doesn't know about. He's talking, not paying attention to Angela. He's looking at the party guests. There's another boat right in front of us, and they don't hit the boat, but they go over a huge wave from the boats that pass by. And then Kevin Hart gets knocked out of the boat, and then he gets dragged behind the boat. Hilarity ensues. Ice Cube's laughing. Olivia Munn's like, hey, can he swim? Ice Cube's like, I sure hope he can't, because then we won't have to have a ride along 3. And then the movie ended.
That's low. I think it's messed up.
No, this is you.
Are you sure? No. I think it is. Look. Oh, I'm at the top?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, that was a close one. Ice Cube and Olivia Munn didn't hook up afterwards. It was sad.
It was the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
If you wanna be somebody. That's not how that scene goes in Sister Act 2. Oh, it's so much for friendship. That's what she says.
I was quoting Casablanca.
Oh, that's what you was quoting?
Yeah.
I was quoting Sister Act 2, sorry. Gonna be somebody.
General thoughts. Ride along too.
I need to breathe for a second.
That was a dramatic there, sir. Like a triumphant hear ye right there.
This was a movie.
All right.
It's
well,
a solid.
That's it.
It's a solid.
You ready to shut it down?
Like I told the other person, it's a solid entry in the Ride Along series.
Solid.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's not good either. Just down the road middle of this movie. I can't tell you exactly what's wrong with it. Maybe the video game part threw me out, which you should have just kept him with the HD HUD driving, or maybe because I didn't understand what was going on with the villain. It wasn't hard to follow. It just feel like enough information.
Wonderful rich guy who gives to a lot of charities and owns a reputable shipping business, but they don't do anything. They don't have any funny, like, advertisements where he's, like, promoting his campaign or something like that. And they tell you from the beginning that he's a bad guy. They show you in the opening scene. Why are you putting your mic down? I'm having a conversation with you, sir.
Huh? Why you yelling at me?
Because you put your mic down.
Yeah, I didn't want to hold it anymore.
I thought you were giving up. You were looking at your phone and you put your mic down on me.
I'm listening to you.
You looking at your phone.
I can listen and look at the same time.
Mm-hmm. What'd I say?
You said that they presented him as a villain in the beginning, and then you didn't like that because he's supposed to be a nice guy. They didn't have advertisements about him being nice.
All right.
Goodness gracious.
That's his thing in the movie.
Lord.
You make it to you. I'm sorry.
Exactly. I can listen and look at the same time. Okay, go ahead.
No, that was all I had to say.
That's all you had to say?
That was his role in the movie. They just underdeveloped it. They didn't do any jokes with the fact that everybody knows he's a murderer, but he's supposed to be some happy charity guy. They didn't do anything with it. So you might as well have kept it a mystery and not shown it at the beginning of the movie. And
they already had the mystery villain in the first movie.
So
That would have been too much like the first movie. We all know how people react to things in sequels being too much like something else.
Well, there's a lot of beats in this one that are like the first movie already.
Can't have that, that weapon in there. It's just like the other movie. Why you staring at me? What's the matter?
You want to get into Force Awakens chat right now?
I'm just throwing it out there. That's why they didn't do that. That's why they didn't keep the
Because it's not just the weapon that's A New Hope.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's whatever. It's a desert planet.
Besides Finn, that whole movie is A New Hope, sir.
Pretty sure rest of it didn't go like that, A New Hope, but okay. No, it didn't, but okay. Pretty sure it didn't, but okay. Compare the scenes. You want to match them up? Go ahead.
I can't do that. This is the Ride Along 2 podcast.
You can't? Or you can?
I can't do that now. Sorry, I forgot the word now because it's the Ride Along 2 podcast.
All right. Anyways, I don't know what to say about this movie. It was just there. Nothing exciting. I like Olivia Munn in this movie, which is strange. I think she plays a good tough girl. That's what she should do more of those.
Completely agree with that.
That's all I got to say. Damn. Maybe this is a bad movie then. That's all they got to do is compliment Olivia Munn.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I didn't like the villain. Story was weird. Oh, that's the problem with the story. They didn't finish the story with Troy. That was the whole thing. He didn't show up at the end to help, what's his name, take him down, help him fight the Kevin Hart Ice Cubes. He was part of his crew.
You're just supposed to know that everything worked out because they had that one line about how if you take down Antonio, then that'll lead us to Troy. Nobody cared about Troy, apparently. There's like nobody in this audience cares about Troy.
He was there, man. I care. CGI alligator? At least they didn't do like Rush Hour 2 and just recycle the jokes from the first movie. They recycled like a few, but not all of them.
You're going to insult Rush Hour 2 in front of me after I just sat through Ride Along 2?
I'm just saying, Rush Hour 2 recycles pretty much all the jokes from the first movie.
Rush Hour 2 is a freaking masterpiece.
Oh my God.
Compared to this movie. Egyptian style girl. Come on.
That was the one joke in the movie that wasn't from the original movie.
Oh my gosh. Put the blade down and let the bird go. Mushu, you hungry?
Oh my God!
Mushu, you hungry? Step in front of a black man at a buffet line?
This man is quoting more Rush Hour 2.
Girl, I know it ain't the... Oh, wait, that's... It's a very similar scene, though.
But,
I hate that fortune cookie
oh
stuff.
My God.
Until you can keep reviewing Ride Along 2, I'm just going to keep throwing out quotes.
Trying to figure out what was off about this movie. Go ahead and send another Rush Hour 2 quote out there.
Give a black man $50 chips. Everybody else walking around here working with 1,000, 500, 1,000 chips. You give black man 50,000.
You know what should have happened at the end of this movie?
What?
Camera should be inside a safe. There should have been a ray gun. A hand picks up the ray gun. You hear, fine, I'll do it myself. And it's James Earl Jones. You don't like that? He's the villain in the next movie. Nobody likes the Avengers jokes anymore. Fine.
I'll do it myself.
That's what I said.
I know! I was making fun of you.
Why?
You said fine, and then I said, I'll do it myself.
I thought I said that part. I didn't say that part?
No, you did say that part, but I was making fun of you, like, from now on, I'll do the Avengers jokes. That's why I said that. Ha ha ha.
Oh, I didn't get it. I didn't get you a plate off of
I guess no one likes the Avengers jokes anymore. Fine.
And then I'll do... Oh, did you want to go?
I guess. This movie was tired. It's not bad, but it's not good. It has its moments. It repeats a few beats from the first one, but it's not horrible in that regard. But it's just got no oomph. No oomph. No gusto. They're just kind of going through the motions like you said. There's not really that much to say in the movie. Kevin Hart's doing his Kevin Hart thing where he talks really fast, acts like a really manly man, but gets belittled by everybody or knocks his head into a fan and flies across the room. Ice Cube is just doing his, yo, man, kind of thing. He's got that dead look in his eyes, but every once in a while, he gets really happy, and he says a line like he gives a crap. He smiles, is like, hey, is my birthday? Actress who plays Angela's attractive, and she...
Give her some flowers.
And she seems nice. It'd be nice to have her on the ride-along.
You want her to ride along 3?
I mean,
I want her to ride along 3.
Not just for the reason Raymond's thinking, but because she actually shows some enthusiasm.
We gotta give her flowers, Andrew. Flowers. The look on his head's face. Andrew's acting like he wouldn't give her flowers, but I know he would.
Kim Jong's not doing a stereotypical thing. Medium level Kim Jong in this movie. Few amusing moments, but nothing amazing. The most amazing thing was probably from Antonio Pope doing his Fantasy Island voice. Welcome to my mansion. Almost like a Dracula there a bit. Yeah, the plot's nothing you haven't seen before. Some rich guy who everybody loves, turns out he's smuggling in drugs and we gotta stop him. It's all just an excuse to get the gang back together again, have some funny skits. But a lot of the skits are really reaching really far. Like Raymond said, whenever you bring in a CGI alligator, have it attack Kevin Hart, everybody else not seeing him even though he's banging up against the windows, that joke. The stuff I thought was amusing was whenever Olivia Bunn was being serious like Raymond said. And was being serious like Raymond said and picking on Kevin Hart's character. At first, I thought they might do another twist like at the first movie, and Olivia Munn might turn out to be a co-conspirator with Pope. Maybe Ice Cube would go to the party with Tasha or something from the Bikini Club, but there was no twist in the movie at all because they told you who the villain was from the very beginning, and they told you that Kim Jong is vital to the plot at the very beginning, and they told you that these two are going to be our heroes at the very beginning. Kevin Hart wants respect, even though he earned it in the first movie. But he's got to get respect again. Got to become a detective now. But you don't understand the first thing about being a detective. Ice Cube doesn't do too much detectiving in this movie. A lot of the stuff is discovered by Kevin Hart, with Ice Cube taking credit for it. I guess that means he proved himself. But you never get a scene where the chief recognizes Kevin Hart and his accomplishments. Everybody's belittling this man, but I guess it's just enough that Ice Cube recognized. You got some respect from Corey, the wedding planner. So...
He never made it clear if he made detective or not.
That is true. The most important thing was the wedding. There's nothing really creative about the climax of the movie either. Go to a shipping yard, knock over a couple of containers, crash an 18-wheeler, and that's your whole entire climax. And then there was their one chase scene where they swerved a couple of times and they crashed one car into something else. Well, they had that garage scene at the beginning, and then they had that one little shootout in the club. It was very, very minimal, very doable, safe budget, I guess. There's not much to it. Like Raymond says, Ice Cube has a backstory that we don't explore in the movie about why he would feel this way about Kevin Hart's character.
It was a Kevin Hart's character, or why he don't have a date for the wedding?
Oh, I didn't know that was supposed to be the big
why
thing.
He's so cold-hearted. I think that's what it was.
Tyrese never got visited in the hospital. There's nothing really to this movie unless you like the individual bits. The stuff that glues it together doesn't really matter. If you watch the trailer, enjoy the bits that are in the trailer, then maybe you'll like the movie overall. If you don't mind non-original plot with no twists or anything really going on character-wise with anybody. It's just a very bland movie. Maybe I shouldn't like it at all, but it's harmless. I'm not sure how much I really enjoyed the first movie, but I thought I enjoyed it more than this. Aspects like Kevin Hart's video game character, like I said earlier, I felt was a little bit underutilized in this one for laughs. Kevin Hart was trying to be a police officer in the first movie, and he was just a guard or something.
Security guard at a school.
Yep. Nothing much to it. If you enjoy these performers, like the first one, you like to see how the adventure continues, see how it pays off. Don't care about the plot. Just want to see a couple of skits stitched together. You'll enjoy the movie.
It's just average. So I guess I'll give it an average rating of 3 stars. Just there. I made a face.
Because three
That's
stars
too high.
I wanted like a 2.5.
I don't like halves.
I know you don't like halves.
All right,
I know.
let's toss up between 3 and 2. Y'all can flip a coin, whatever you want it to be. I don't care. Heads 3, tails 2. Flip your coins now. Tell us what you get in the comment section.
Yep.
I don't know.
Anything else you want to talk about?
R.I.P. Alan Rickman.
Indeed. A moment of silence on the podcast for Alan Rickman.
How long we do silence?
Well, that sounds like a disrespectful note to end it on.
We gotta say this though. By Grapthor's hammer. By the sons of Wovat, you shall be avenged. You didn't do it with me. Okay.
Issuing threats on the podcast here.
Issuing threats? Who did we issue a threat to?
You're going to avenge Alan Rickman. You're going to go after some people.
I shall. I will do what is necessary, my friend. Anything else we got? This is a short one.
We're so spoiled now. 2-hour one is a short one? 2-hour one's nice.
hours of shortness.
All right.
We talked about Neighbors trailer already.
We glowed about the Neighbors 2 trailer. It's all good.
Sorority Rising.
No, I think we're good. There's not much to talk about with Ride Along 2.
It's gotta be something else that's happened in the movie world.
David Bowie.
Oh, David Bowie. Dance, magic dance.
Jump, magic jump. You remind me of the babe with the power.
Ooh. I think that's it.
All right.
You say for the parking lot projectionists.
Well.
You trying to think of something else too? Or?
No, I'm just being awkwardly silent. But that sounds like a note to end it on. For the parking lot projectionists, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Raymond.
Shutting it down. They didn't play whoop whoop. That's the sound of the police.
They played it at the end credits.
At the end credits.
You wanted it in the beginning?
I thought they were going to do that to trip the nostalgia for the first movie.
It wasn't earned in this movie until the end credits, I believe. That's normally what people say whenever they play something at the end credits.
It's like the Bourne Ultimatum.
It wasn't earned like a Star Trek reboot. You didn't get the Star Trek theme until the end credit.
Oh, babe, then it fell apart.
Can't stand it. Why you playing that? So,
okay, this is shut down.
Wait. No, I gotta say this, Andrew.
We already shut down.
We can't shut down. You can reboot it back in.
We can't reboot.
Andrew. I will give Star Trek Beyond a chance if he makes them reenact the end sequence from Furious 6. Instead of Vin Diesel and The Rock, it's gotta be Spock and Kurt. Kurt's fighting somebody, and then Spock's fist comes in the frame, hits the guy, and then they do the standoff poses against these two other people. That's what needs to happen in this movie. If it doesn't happen, it's gonna suck. That's what I'm good.
When you said the end scene, I thought you were talking about the scene in the garage. Whenever they're not looking at each other and they're just standing next to each other. I was like, I never thought I would respect the Vulcan. Never thought I'd.
No.
Oh, human.
The fighting sequence at the end of the plane. That's what they need to do with Spock and Kirk. And if he doesn't do that, it's a terrible movie.
There's a furious director, sir. He'll get it right. This man knows payoffs.
I'll be the judge of that.
Justin Lin. He's your boy.
That's not my boy, but okay. I guess it's shut down. What's already shut down? You just added this back in somewhere. I don't know.